Hey farm fans, welcome to DeHaven Family Farm. We are working on our lime fertilizer spreader again. I think this is going to be part 3 of the series. We're getting closer to being done. There's probably only going to be maybe one more part after this. In today's video, you're going to see clips from other days that I've worked on this. You know, if I've had a half hour or 45 minutes here or there one day or another, I've kind of been filming a little bit, so you might see days where the sun's out. I'll probably have different clothes on. So there's going to be some different clips that are going to be put into this video because we're going to sort of pick up where I left off on some of those other clips. So today it's rainy, miserable, and cold. I don't know if you hear the propane furnace running in the background. It was like 50 degrees in here, which sounds warm if it's like 30 out. But it's been 80 degrees outside, so 50 was kind of chilly and damp in here, and so that thing kicked on. So yeah, so we're going to get started on this, and like I said, you're going to see some different stuff going on here. So let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so what we're going to try and do now is we're going to try and take these two bearings out here and take this center roller shaft with the sprockets out, and we'll put it on the bench over there, and we'll try to put the new bearings on the new smooth drum roller and get that installed. So there we go, a little bit of weight to her. Okay, let's try that. So let's see, we can get that. There's a little Allen head screw here. It looks like all that holds it on there. That one does not want. There's more than one. Oh, there, that one loosened up. This one seems stripped a little bit, so hopefully that one's not tightened down. So we'll loosen these. I didn't take them out all the way because shouldn't have to, but there's only two, so that does not appear to want to move off of there. So let me get a hammer and stuff, and I'll get right back to you. And there it is. All right, the first project for today is back here. You know, we have our cylinder on the floor that has to run from here to here, and the cylinder was just a little bit too long. So rather than having to go and get another cylinder, even sliding this all the way back in the tray, you know, this is adjustable here, it still is a little bit too long. But what I found out is if I cut this, you know, maybe about here, and put a plate on the bottom here, that'll drop this all the way down this way, and that gives us about a perfect length. So that's what we're going to do with it. You can kind of see the bottom of this thing is all mangled anyway, and this is the bottom piece that was on there. This was on the bottom of the track here where I cut off. That kind of pinches that on there. So this is junk, so we're going to do a new one of these, and we're going to cut this and weld some new pieces on there. So I've been trying to keep the video times down a little bit shorter, so I'm really not going to film any of that stuff just because, you know, a minute here, a minute there, and I'm trying to show you so many different things on here, we'll never get anywhere. So I'm going to stop filming that kind of stuff. I'm going to go ahead and do it, and I'll show you what it looks like when I'm done and how everything's going to work. So I will catch up to you, probably in 45 minutes for me, but like a second for you. Okay, so the next project we're going to work on is this front tongue here. So I've tried all different configurations. There's a piece that goes on here with a bolt that holds sort of the swivel tongue on. And I've thought about a lot of different ways to do this. You can see the slack that's in here. and that the spreader bounced around a little bit on the way home. So I had quite a few choices here. There is 2 holes here, one here and one here. I thought about trying to get a new piece of some kind of pipe here or something and re-drill the holes so that would pull the slack backwards, but that's a pretty thick piece, and I don't know if it's hardened or not, because you're supposed to have this is grade 8 hardware. I think in the manual it said it wanted like a grade 9 or 10 or something, but what I'm going to do is I have one grade 8 here, and then I'm actually going to put a second bolt in that hole, so there's going to be 2 grade 8 bolts here holding the weight of that. But so that's what I'm going to do with that. Leave it like that, but I still have this huge play here in the front. So what I did while we were cutting stuff is I had some scraps of this 1/2 inch steel that we're going to, hang on, let me switch hands here. Okay, so what we're going to do with these guys is we're going to put them on here like this, and not only will it take up a lot of that gap, I'm going to weld them on, it'll take up a lot of the gap, but it's also going to make this piece a little bit stronger. Alright, it's about 3 hours later. I ended up doing a couple more projects. We'll start at the front here. So we got this front tongue done. You can see there's still a little bit of a gap there, but it doesn't need to be super tight. But we welded our shims. Here's the one for the bottom, and this is what it looks like on the top here. Just a 1/2 inch, there, 1/2 inch thick piece of metal, and we welded it all inside, along the edges, across the bottom, and we did that on the top and the bottom. So hopefully that will serve the purpose of what we want to do here. And we got our 2 grade 8 bolts in here, nuts on the other side, and I put some grease in there too before I put that back in there. There is no grease fitting on there, but I thought, well, it's not going to hurt anything. So that's kind of what we have there. Like I said, still a little slop in there, but not too bad. So, and you can see we have some hydraulic hoses here now. And we come back, and here is the new mount that we made for the cylinder. We moved it all the way back. You can kind of see here's where it was before. And hang on one second. Here's the old one that was on there. And so you get an idea of the height difference. That's how much we we ended up, this is just this piece is the top of what used to be there. So by getting rid of this mess that was all bent and junked up anyway, we saved the hole. But instead of it being way up here and the cylinder's way forward, now it's way down here, and that bought us some space. So you can see the cylinder's not quite retracted. I don't know if I can quite pull it here. No, not quite. But the tire was touching, they were touching each other when the cylinder was fully retracted here. It has air in it because I didn't plug it in yet, so there's no hydraulic oil in this yet. So I still have to, I think I'm going to have to take this tire off because it's off the rim, but I think the valve stem is shot in it. So we'll have to take this off and get some more air in it. And even this tire has a slow leak in it. But so that's what we got done today. It was just a lot of little welding. Of course, I primed and painted the pieces before I put them on, just so I didn't have to worry about them rusting. So, so that's kind of it for this video. A lot of little clips of different things in there. The next video we'll tackle some more stuff. There's some pretty good welding projects left on this, and then just small stuff like this sprocket has to be put on, new chains get put on, the gearboxes, we got to check the gear oil in them, and of course we still have the big apron chain to put on. That's still on the floor up there. I had an issue, the roller that, there's the new one, but the roller that came off of here, it had the bearings in it, and then the 2 bearing holders that were adjustable. Oops, sorry. And I could not get the bearings to break loose of the shaft there. I rigged something up over there in my 20-ton press. I couldn't press them out. I think they're just rusted on there. So I took it to a friend of mine who does a lot of welding and stuff and asked him to try and get the bearings off. And if he can't get the bearings off, then cut them or whatever and just save the part that holds the bearing. And we'll just, you know, press new bearings in it or whatever. So there'll be a clip of kind of me starting on that probably in this video. But the reason you don't see it finished is because I had to take it somewhere to get a little help with that. So, so we can't put this new roller on till we get the 2 bearing holders for each side. And then once we do that, then we can put the new apron chain in, the feeder chain, and we'll have that done. But like I said, there's a little bit of welding stuff left to do, some metal work left to do, a few odds and ends that we'll probably try and squeeze it just in one more video so we're done with it. So, but I hope everybody's enjoying my little nightmare of a build here. And again, that's it for this video. So I hope everybody will give us a thumbs up and click that subscribe button for me, please. We're trying to grow the channel. And you know, I've noticed there's a lot of, we have a decent amount of subscribers now, but not a ton of views. So when you hit that subscribe button, you got to remember to click on that little bell icon next to it, and that notifies you when a new video pops up. So, all right, so thanks for watching. We'll see you guys on the next video.